Okay, so I've started recording. I have kept the sound. I've kept all of you unmuted for now. You know the drill. If it gets noisy, then I'm going to mute all. From anywhere, if I hear too much noise, then I will have to mute all. And then anyway, chat will be open. So you can always talk to me on chat or to anybody. Okay, so I'm just saying hi all. So you know this one. Okay, so I think there are many of you have completed your level 1 certification and come over to the level 2, but there are some folks who have joined directly into level 2 because they were already at a place, maybe they had trained earlier and they were thing. So what I do is that normally if somebody approaches me, I have my test. It is the same test that my level 1 students had given. So I give that test and the same criteria. If that person is able to clear that test, then I admit them into the level 2. So I have at least two. Let me see whether there are more. But at least two who are there. One of them is Vedant. He's from US. I will ask him to introduce himself. Vedant, why don't you tell everybody in a one line about who you are, what is your age, where you are from, so that they know.
Um, my name is Vedant. I'm in San Antonio and I am 12 years old.
Okay, thanks. So he's from San Antonio, Texas. Okay, so he's joining in his morning time. All right, cool. And then there is Tejas. Tejas, we still don't see you.
Yeah, my camera's not working.
Oh, okay, fine. Then maybe next week we will want to see you so that everybody
Yeah,
can.
I'll sort it out by then.
Yeah. So Tejas is joined us from UK. So Tejas, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Tejas. I'm from London, UK, and I'm 13 years old.
Okay, wonderful. So both of them have easily cleared my level 1 test. So they have joined level 2 with all of you who are coming over. So yes, I think we'll have a good mix, and we are having a global class. So that is wonderful. So we have people from UK, US, Malaysia, and many people from India. So I think that is wonderful.
So,
okay. Yeah.
What is a global class?
No, global class means that we have students from all over the world into the class, right? So that is what it means. Global means basically all over the globe, right? You must have seen the globe, which is Earth's thing, right? Earth's model, and you can see all the countries. I hope you have seen it in your school. Some of you may have it at your home also, right? That is called as globe because that shows all the countries in the world, where do they lie, all the continents, all the oceans, etc., right? So that is called as a globe. And what we mean is that global class means that we have not just from India, but we have, you may have a map, but a globe is like a sphere, right? Sometimes the map is not exactly accurate, two-dimensional map. It is not because actually the Earth is a sphere, and we are all on the surface of the Earth. So the best model is actually to scale model is actually the globe, and it is also tilted. You might already know why the globe is shown as always tilted and not straight, but some other class I will not take about. Okay. So good. So that is the meaning of global, means from multiple place, multiple continents. So now we have from Europe, we have from Asia, we have from America. So that is what it is, global. Right. Okay, cool. Rutvij has a globe. So wonderful. All right. So fine. Let me again go and pin no, already I'm on pin. Fine. And I'm already recording. This is also wonderful. We have 12 of you already in the class, which is good. Great. Okay. So fine. What we are going to discuss today is how the L2 class is going to be and what all is going to get covered. Okay. So let me go. I had shared this on the WhatsApp probably yesterday. So some of you may have seen it, but very quickly I'm going to cover. We are going to look at tactics, and tactics are the most important part of chess. Okay, some great player has said that chess is 99% tactics. In a certain sense it is, okay, may or may not be exactly, but it is very, very important. So we are going to look at tactics, and you are already familiar with one type of tactic that we had specifically studied. You may be familiar with more also, but I'm saying that in last L1 class we studied about pin tactics. Okay,
I can see
pins.
that you're getting up from your
So
chair.
now in this class we are going to look at other 6 types of tactics, and there is a nice acronym that I have, but just to cover, it is also pin, there is also fork, there is discovered attack, there is discovered check, there is double attack, there is double check, etc. Right? So various types of tactics. As you go into higher and higher levels, there are more classifications. In fact, at a level 5, probably you will be talking about not just 5-6 types, but 34 types of tactics. Okay, as you go higher and higher, you will get into more and more detailed study and more classification. Okay, but in level 2, we are going to focus on 6 types of tactics, including pin. Okay, and checkmate is also a tactic because it ends the game. So suddenly in some position, you can find a checkmate. It's a tactic because there's no question of anything. Then it doesn't matter if you checkmate the other king. It doesn't matter how many queens, rooks, bishops, knights you have. What is the material position? Whether you are up, down, it doesn't matter. If the other side is checkmated, you have won the game, right? So checkmate is a very important tactic. Pin is also a tactic, and apart from mate and pin, we will look at 4 other types of tactics. Okay, so that is what we are going to be looking at on the tactic side. We are also going to be looking at end games. End games are again very important, and I think those of you who have played in many of the live chess practice arenas, right? So you would have probably, if you look back at some of your games, you would have seen that many times you had winning advantage. Sometimes you may have a queen extra, sometimes you might have a rook extra, but you may not have won that game. And why is that? Because you may not know. I'm not saying every time everybody does not know, but till you properly study it, you do not know what is the technique of winning a one game. Okay, and that itself is again a very involved topic. We are going to look at it from a level 2 perspective. Okay, and what is most important, so we are going to look at some basic mates that everybody needs to know, and everyone needs to know like clockwork. Okay, you don't have to think. So a queen, if you have a king and a queen and the other guy has a king, doesn't matter what is the position on the board, within 7 moves or 10 moves you should be able to checkmate from the worst position also. And this should happen like without thinking, reflex action, right? Similarly, if you have 2 rooks, the opposite has only a king, you should be able to mate him within 7, 8 moves, 10 moves maximum, right? And how to do that? Yeah, there is a technique, and there is also a technique about how to mate with a single rook. So we are going to look at some at least three or more types of end games that you need to know at a level 2 level. Okay, so that is what. Then we are going to look at openings. I mean, openings is something that again a very involved topic. There is a jungle out there, but the way that we study and we follow the Russian method, where we focus more on concepts than on rote learning. And openings otherwise tends to be a rote learning thing because too many things you have to remember, and it is not possible to remember. But that's why we are not going to take that approach. We are going to first look at what is the basic principles of opening, that you can just count it on your number of your the fingers on your hand, and it is as simple as that. If you just really follow that, and you will be generally be in a good position or okay position out of the opening if you follow that rules. Okay, so do that, and then we are going to look at 2 specific types of openings. One is a Scotch Gambit and one is a Italian game. So we are going to look at ideas behind it and some of the tactics involved, so that you can also practice those tactics or put them into practice when you play with your peers here. Okay, so that is going to be the what we are going to do. Then we are also going to look at a strategy. Now, strategy is what is a strategy? Strategy is like a long-term thinking. It is not immediate thing, but you are saying this is my plan or this is the way that I am going to win. Not like immediately this move, that move, etc. But I am going to play with this plan, and that is my strategy, right? This is what you do. Now we are going to look at an introduction to the strategy. So, but first, before we try to win,
Why are you removing the charger?
okay, I am hearing noise, so I will have to mute all. Okay. Okay, there we go. Muted. No, it is not going to be till 8:45 India time. It is going to be from 7:45, maybe 8:15, 8:20 maximum. We are going to cover it. Okay. So that's it. So all right. So given this, fine. Okay, so where I was is strategy. So before we look at strategy, we need to look at why we lose the game. So yeah, winning is good, but first look at why you are losing the game. And one of the most of the times till you become an expert player, you lose games because you do commit blunders. And sometimes both sides commit blunder, most of the time actually. Both sides commit blunder. So we are going to look at what is the blunder and why does it happen and how can we prevent it, right? That may become a level 2 strategy is like, I should avoid blunders. How do I prevent myself from committing blunders? That itself might be a very good strategy all the way up to level 3 or even level 4 for that matter, because even level 4, most of the games are decided due to blunders. Okay. So, but apart from that, we are also going to look at a basic strategy uh, apart from preventing blunders. And we may also look at some of the master games. Okay. So that is how involving either some blunders or some interesting tactics that are there. So we look at some past masters also. So that is how it is going to be the scope of the study. And apart from that, so we said that there is a study, then there is a practice, which is like a weekly, twice probably you have a practice arena on leeches where you play against each other. Whatever, 12, 15, 16 of you, whoever are there in the team, you will play each other. But we will also have some tournaments at the end of the month. So maybe after 6 weeks, yeah, we are going to be having the L2 class for about 3.5 months, I think. So in which case, maybe after 6 weeks, we will have the first tournament, and then after 12 weeks, we can have a second tournament. And these will be Swiss tournaments, and we will have prizes for them. All of the participants in the class will be playing in that, right? And there are prizes. So to be won and to display your expertise. So great. So that is what is going to be there. Then what other things are going to be there? Yes, Chess King. I have created an account for all of you, I think by now, including Tejas also, Vedant also, all of you have the account on the Chess King. So there are going to be homework assignments on Chess King, right? That you should be solving. And already if you were in my L1 class, then you know, for L1 class, I had given a target of capture pieces 1 and mate in 1, some puzzles to be solved. So many of you have solved it. I have to go back and check whether you have solved enough. You can check it yourself in your statistics tab on the page when you go log into learn.chessking.com. I will also take a look. I can see everybody's status where they stand. But what I'm saying is that now in level 2, the criteria at the end of the level 2 course, when I give the certificates, I look at how you have done in the class, how you have played in the tournaments. And apart from that, I also see how you have done the homework, right? So this is going to be the target. So while and generally we follow a principle that whatever you study in this class, when you go to the next class, you should not, I mean, obviously you cannot forget, right? What is the thing? So in fact, you should become even better at it. So whatever was the targets that I had given for level 1. So when you are coming in level 2, you should do these new things that I have said: capture pieces 2, mate in 2 course, and elementary tactics. How many puzzles at what success rate I'm specifying. That is the suggested thing. If you are doing it 50 plus problems, if you do it at 95% success, then I will say it is enough. Then you don't need to do more. Okay. But let us say if you have done 50 plus problems, but only at 85% success, then I will say, why don't you go ahead and do 100 problems, right? On that, it is there available to you. So that is the philosophy. And what we say is that whatever were the capture pieces 1 and mate in 1 exercises, now you need to be achieving higher level of success rate and higher number of problems. So you need to achieve this. Uh, anyway, I will explain this on the WhatsApp also what is required. But yeah, this is your homework assignment, and this is like practice. So you get a lot of puzzles that you solve online on Chess King. You get different number of points based on whether it is easy, medium, hard, or very hard puzzle, etc. And what is your level, etc. Based on that, you also get a rating that you get it. It's an interesting way, but you need to do a lot of this uh, because see, when you are playing in the chess game, that time you just want things to click like this, not have to think too much beyond the point, because there is also time is less. If you have done enough of these practice puzzles, then that will help you. Okay, I think I have shared it. Tejas, I think I've shared it with your dad, maybe 2 days back or something. Your username, I believe, is MC2_Tejas. Password, I will not talk right now. It is shared with your dad. But your user ID is MC2. MC2 stands for level 2. Okay, Morpheus Chess level 2, and MC2_Tejas. So you can just take it from your dad. All right. So that is going to be the thing. Okay, there are some other things. I have my blog. When I get time, periodically I write some articles, so you can bookmark the blog. There are some interesting articles already there, and I will add some more. Then you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which you are already doing, because probably or I will be sending those weekly 2 videos to be watched apart from my class. So what is going to be the class is, so I have pre-recorded sessions for all of the scope that we talked about. So there are sessions already recorded and they are on YouTube. So every week you will have to watch 2 of those videos in your spare time. So I'm not saying, so that is the whole reason why I have done that, is because it's a global class. We cannot find like too much time where everybody is working. So on weekdays, if we do it now, if I put a class in the evening, then our US or UK folks may not be able to attend, right? And if it is too late at night, then maybe the Malaysia folks will find it is at midnight. So that is the reason why I have done is that I have recorded the lectures and put it on YouTube. I'll be sharing 2 links every week. So you have to, from Sunday to next Friday, right? 6 days you have time to watch 2 of them. They are typically of 30-35 minutes duration. Okay, not more than that, maybe max 40 minutes, but 30-35 is the average. So you have to watch it during the week, and then we will discuss those in our Zoom class on Saturday, like we are meeting today. Next week when we meet it, you would have already seen those 2 videos on the first topic, and then we will discuss more about it, or any doubts about it or queries about it. That's how the course will run. Okay. No, Rutvij, because you joined in level 1, so that time I had created your ID as MC1 probably underscore Rutvij, and it will remain. So it is not that I have created as MC2 because Tejas joined directly at level 2 class. That is the reason. But otherwise, whatever is your ID, that ID will remain. Okay, it doesn't mean that you are in level 1 now, you are in level 2, but your user ID it is. Okay, so that is. All right. Then apart from my videos, I will also recommend some other videos which I have already put here. And this is there in your WhatsApp group. I have shared the document. So I've shared some 3 or 4 other videos from some other people which are there on the YouTube. So I have recommended them. And then I have also created a playlist myself. I have created a playlist on earliest masters, original masters of the chess. There is a lot of things to be learned from their games. So some people have actually commented on those games and explained it very nicely. So I keep looking for who does what and how it is good, etc. And then I take it, and so I've created a playlist called the earliest masters. And then I also suggest 1 or 2 playlists which are created by some other people, but which are very relevant for our level 2 class. So that I have given it in the YouTube links here. Number 1, A, B, C. A is my own creation of the playlist. Maybe the videos are from others, but playlist I have created. B and C are actual playlists that other people have created, but I recommend it. Doesn't mean that you have to watch all of this thing in the first week itself. No. First week, I will tell separately which 2 videos you want to watch. But these other videos, you can watch it over the next 3 months. See, there are a lot of individual videos within this. Earliest Masters has got 10 videos. Notable games from 19th century has got 69 or 70 videos. Okay, and then Scotch Gambit might have 3 or 4. So I suggest that you watch one per day, etc. From these other videos. You can watch it. It will be like a 10-minute kind of a thing, not more than that. Yeah, then my YouTube channel, you can subscribe. I will be putting all the recorded sessions there. And then, yeah, so then there are some traps and tricks and traps, again explained by very nicely by some people, and put it on the YouTube. So I also check that and see whatever is relevant for the level 2. I give these links. So these also you can watch it all on the YouTube. Okay. So that is how essentially the class is going to be. Let me tell very quickly about how the evaluation happens at the end of the class when I award the certificate. Okay, there are several things that I take into consideration. One is whatever homework I give, how do you do that? And maybe as part of the L2 course, somewhere in between, we will have an intermediate test. Just like you have unit tests in your school, right? These are not the final test, but intermediate test. We will also have a test like that, where I will be sharing some positions and asking you some targets, like maybe white has to win, or black has to win, or maybe white has to draw, or something like that. So I will be sharing that, or some other questions. How you do that and how timely you respond back and give it. So I will give some time, like not like one day. Typically, I'll give 2-3 days to 2 days at least to solve it and send it to me. So I look at both how punctually you do it and how much you get it right. Both of them carry weightage, both intermediate test as well as final test. And then other things that I will look into is you should have played the 2 tournaments that we talked about. You have to play them fully. And if you do well, so just for playing also you get some points, because it is a very much important part of the this one. So that is yeah. So practice. I mean, playing and participating itself also carries a lot of weight, and then obviously how you perform, based on that you get some additional points, right? So all of this finally go into the making of the ranking for the both pass criteria as well as the ranking for the final ranking for the class, right? And then why it is important? Yeah, we also have a special prize at the end, the best student of the class. I don't say student of the year because doesn't last for a year, but the class will last for 3.5 months. And whoever is the best student, we will look at overall, and then we will have a prize for that, right? So a lot of incentive for doing it. All right, cool. So that is pretty much what I wanted to cover and lay. If you have any questions, feel free to put it on the chat, because I have muted all of you, but feel free to put, and I will answer in the next 5 minutes or so. No questions? Anybody has any questions on this? Yes, Sarsh. Sarsh, yes. Yes, actually you can leave if you don't have a question, Rutvij, and I know it might be late for you. So if you are clear and your thing, then you can leave, no problem. Okay, Rohan says no questions. Fine. Yes, I will be sharing the link for the class recorded video. I will put it tomorrow so that you have from Sunday till next Friday, you have time, right? I will post it every Sunday. I will post it. Okay, Chaitanya is also saying no. So I think things are clear. So great. So given that, I think then we have come to the close of this one. Close of this intro session, and next Saturday onwards, our actual thing will start. In fact, next week you will watch the recorded sessions, and then we will discuss them on next Saturday at 7:45, same time. Okay. All right. So let me stop the record.